Hi friends, Misty here with Queen Bee's Vintage. Welcome to or welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be doing a designer-inspired Chanel Christmas tree. I decided about 6 years ago that I wanted to do a Chanel tree, and I found the perfect champagne tinsel tree at Hobby Lobby. That was before we even had one here where we live. I found it when we were in California and drug it home and decided that it was going to be a Chanel inspired tree. So I handcrafted a bunch of Chanel inspired ornaments and collected some fun things like Eiffel Towers and other crowns, fleur-de-lis, other things that give it kind of a French, Parisian, Chanel-inspired look and feel. So I hope you guys will enjoy this today. I also have a DIY that we'll be doing. I am going to show you how you can create some of your own designer-inspired ornaments, whether it be Chanel or another designer of your preference. So I hope you guys will stick with me and watch that towards the end of the video. I apologize for the lighting. It's been a crazy day. It's been rainy. We had a bad thunderstorm. I didn't have power for a little bit. And so I've been waiting all day to try to do this. So if it gets too bad, I may have to film part of it now and the rest in the morning and call it good. So let's get into this, and I'm going to adjust the camera and show you how I start on this tree. Alrighty guys, I went ahead and put my ribbon in. I chose to do a soft pink and then a glittered sparkly pink, and I layered those together. And instead of separating them like this, like I do sometimes, I'm kind of leaving them more overlapped this time. And I didn't get carried away with the ribbon. I kind of did it in a zigzag pattern from the top to the bottom, all the way around. What was left of the pink ribbon kind of just was coiled like that on the spool, and I liked that, so I just attached it to the top of the tree here. I'm going to go in next with picks, and I left a lot of spacing where my ribbon is and where it goes around and connects, because I'm going to be doing some pearl garland drapes on this. So that's the reason why I have a lot more spacing between my ribbon. So let me show you. Since I was going with some pinks this year, I picked these really cute picks up at Michael's. I want to say they were 50% off. I think they were like $4.99 original price. So I picked up some of these, and I'm going to be placing them throughout the tree. And then let me grab the other picks that I'm going to put in this. So here's some more of these. And then these fun sparkly little berries or balls. They were Michael's, and they were 50% off, and they ended up being $1 a piece. So that worked out perfectly. And I also have these, which I've had for a long time, probably 3 or 4 years, but they were from Michael's. So I'm going to be putting these in the tree also. So I kind of like to get my ribbon on and then start with my picks and figure out what I'm going to do for my topper. I have a few different crown toppers, and I've done a few variations over the years. So I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to do on the top. Sometimes I put a set of wings in the tree. I don't know that I'm going to do that this year. And my colors usually vary on my ribbon. Sometimes I do really elegant, like gold with black velvet designed ribbon, different things like that. But I kind of wanted a soft yet elegant look this year. So that's why I'm sticking with kind of the golds and champagnes, pewter colors, and the pink. So let's see what I figure out here. So I've chosen to use this glittered gold crown topper. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby a few years ago after Christmas. It was super, super inexpensive. I think that they still have them in stock now. It came in gold and silver and I picked up both. So I went ahead and did the gold topper, and I did a spray, some sprays of gold glittered eucalyptus, some of those champagne colored glittered ball stems I showed you, some gold glittered leaf picks are in here. So I am happy with that. I know it seems like a lot, but then once I start getting everything else placed in the tree, it really fills everything out. So I did the rest of the picks. Let me show you guys what I've got here. I hope you can see them in this lighting, but I will do some close-ups afterwards. So now I'm going to start creating my pearl garland swags, and I am going to get everything together and show you guys how I do that. So I have a pearl garland here that has 2 different size pearls on it. And I'm going to start for the garlands up in the top. So I'm going to go short. So I'm going to fold this over, and where the end comes together with another pearl, I'm going to get a pipe cleaner wrapped around it to secure it. So, because I want it to have this effect. So I'm going to grab another pipe cleaner. I've just cut these down, and then I will attach it here so that I can have that swag effect. So now that I have this created, I'm going to take it up and swag it into the tree. And when I attach it, I'm going to go back into the branch to camouflage my pipe cleaner. I have my pearl garlands placed throughout the tree. Just thought I would take the camera off the tripod so you could see it better. And now I'll start adding my ornaments. So I got these awesome letters that spell out Noel at this really great boutique in Southern California quite a long time ago, and I love to put them in this tree. So I've got my N and my O and the E and the L. So they have music note paper, and then they've been dipped in glitter, and then have just these cute little pipe cleaners with some little bells hanging off the top. And then they're wrapped with kind of a wire that have silver beads on them. I love them. So now that I have those placed, I'll start in with smaller ornaments. So I have this whole drawer full of ornaments. And this whole drawer full, as well as this drawer. And then I have another set of drawers full. So I'm just gonna start placing. The lighting is really bad. as it is almost 7 o'clock at night. So I'm probably not going to put the camera on the tripod and do show you guys me putting the balls and different things on the tree. I think I'm just going to show you in segments. It'll be easier, and that way I can try to control the lighting a little better. Next, I have this large Eiffel Tower glass ornament that I like to put on because it is pretty large. I like to get the bigger pieces on the tree first and then build around them. But I just love that Eiffel Tower, and it looks so pretty with this tree. Next, I have added this little baby cherub that's playing the violin. This is on the back of the tree towards the top. Alrighty guys, after 2 days of trying to film this due to the lighting and other things, I finally have this tree done. I'm going to take you guys in and show you how it looks. I'm also going to turn the camera the other way so you can get a better shot of it long ways, and then I'll turn the camera back around. We're also going to look close up at it. So let's go in and check it out. All right, so ignore this stuff over here. That's not staying that way. I haven't decorated the half console over there yet, so everything is a work in progress. But let's flip the camera around, take a look at the tree long ways, and then we'll do some close up and I'll explain a few things. And here is how it looks full length. I'm really happy with how it turns out. As I said earlier in the video, I do this tree a little bit differently each year. It has a different look. I didn't do it last year just because I had more of a classic kind of vintage retro Christmas theme last year. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so as the topper, I told you guys I used the crown from Hobby Lobby. I did find on the original packaging that it was $19.99 regular price. Like I said, I got it for like 80% off. And then these are those crystals from the haul video that I picked up in their his and her wedding decor section at Hobby Lobby. They were also 50% off. I already went over the rest of the picks I used on the topper with you guys earlier in the video, so I'm just going to give you a closer look once more at how it turned out, and then we'll work our way down the tree. I had some of these feather picks, so I added those in. I love to put a lot of bling on this tree and pearls. Here's a closer look of my DIY Chanel perfume bottle ornaments. If you want to see how to make those, stay tuned after this and I'll do a quick DIY tutorial on those. There's the N for my, the start of spelling out Noel down the tree. There's the O and my E and the L. Have a pretty champagne bottle. Lots of fleur-de-lis, as I said earlier. These DIY Chanel ornaments, I will talk about those in the tutorial as well. Gotta have my Neiman Marcus shopping bag ornament. Some crowns. One of the black glittered perfume bottles. So I am just going to kind of go over the tree and set the rest to music, and then we'll come back and do the tutorial. Okay guys, so that is how the tree came out. Let's head over and do the tutorial. Please excuse any mess you may have seen in the background. As you know, with Christmas decorating, sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. And we're kind of in that stage right now. There's tubs and glitter all over the floor. So let's head over and do the DIY. Okay guys, so for the first DIY, I'm going to show you how I created these cute perfume bottle ornaments. I've got a silver one. You guys saw these on the tree. The gold and black. So as I said earlier, I made these ornaments quite a long time ago. I've been doing the Chanel tree for about 6 years, as I said. So I have put together a little recreation here for you guys. So first what I did is I went online and found an image of a Chanel bottle that I liked. And I went ahead and just printed it off on my printer. This is regular copy paper. And then I cut it out. Then what I did is I took a piece of chipboard, which is a really, really lightweight cardboard. I have tons of this on hand because, as some of you know, I do a lot of paper crafting and I build a lot of scrapbooks. So I use this a lot. And what I did is I went ahead and put the bottle onto the sheet of chipboard, traced it out with a Sharpie, and then cut it out to end up with this shape. So then what I did is I prefer to use what's called score tape. It's a two-sided heavy adhesive tape that I use in my paper crafting. And I've just put strips of it all along the back side, the side that I'm going to cover with the glitter paper. And then this is the glitter paper I'm using. This is a no shed embossed glitter paper. So it has like a coating on it. It doesn't come off on your hands or get everywhere, which is what I really love about this. So what I'm gonna do is just turn my glitter paper over and I'm gonna pull the protective backing off of my two-sided tape here. So now that I've removed that protective backing from my adhesive strips, I'm going to place the strips down on the back side of the glitter paper. And I always try to line this up so that I utilize as much of the paper as possible and don't have a lot of waste. And then I'm just going to cut this out. So now I have my bottle. You could also use an X-Acto knife to cut that out if you wanted to. And I have gone ahead and cut some bling mesh in a champagne gold color that I'm going to use on my bottle to embellish it. And I already pre-cut these to the sides I needed just to save some time on camera. And I'm just going to use the two-sided score tape again on the back of my mesh. This stuff is really heavy duty and I love it. You could use hot glue or a liquid adhesive if you wanted to on this. I don't like to use hot glue on anything that's going to go from extreme temperatures, hot to cold. It makes the glue pop off and whatever you've made with it fall apart. And because my Christmas stuff goes into storage, the temperature isn't regulated. So I'm going to use my score tape. Okay, I've removed the backing off of my two-sided tape, and I'm going to take the longer piece of the bling mesh that I had pre-cut, and I'm just putting it here on the bottom. And I don't have it lined right up with the bottom because this is rounded, so I just brought it up a little bit. We're going to put another piece centered on the lid. And then I cut a little piece to go in this little spot here. So now we have that. For the bottle label, what I did is I went online and I found an image of the bottle label and printed it off onto copy paper, and I've cut it out. I've put my two-sided tape on the back, and I'm just going to line it up and center it onto my bottle. And I'm just burnishing it down real good so that the label adheres to the glitter. I've rubbed these down really good too off camera, the blings. So now we have this. And then I'm going to take some Chanel ribbon, and I'm just going to take it and make a loop like this so that the two ends come together and one end is on top of the other. So I have a loop. And then I'm just going to go up underneath the top piece of ribbon with a little bit of hot glue. I know I said I didn't like to use hot glue, but I'd rather hold that together with some hot glue if I have to tack that back together after it's been stored for a year. That's easier than trying to put a whole ornament back together. And then I am going to secure it onto the back with some score tape. And this is our final product. The ribbon I ordered, I will try to put a link in the description box below. I will look it up. I had this left over. For our next ornament, they were these that were on the tree. Oh, sorry, I had one here just to show you up close. So you can use clear glass ornaments, you can use plastic DIY ornaments. And what I did is I filled it, and not all the way to the top, but I put a good amount of loose pearls. Hobby Lobby has a great buy on large containers full of these pearls, and they are mixed various sizes. And I use these a lot in my craft projects, so it worked out great for this DIY. So you're gonna put some loose pearls inside there. And then you would need to have a Cricut or a Silhouette, some sort of a vinyl cutting machine in order to do this particular ornament. What I did is I just pulled up an image online of a logo that I liked, and then I imported it into my Silhouette studio. I have a Silhouette Cameo, and that is what I prefer to use. I also have several Cricut machines, but I find myself pulling my Silhouette out more often than the Cricut. So I imported the logo into my workspace in my Silhouette, and they have a trace option. So what it does is it traces out the logo, and you can then remove the image that you put in there, and it leaves just a red traced image so the machine knows what to cut. And I cut it out, and they come out on, you can put several on a large piece of vinyl. And then what I do is cut them down. You're really not going to be able to see this until I pull it off. It's kind of hard to see on the black. But then what I do is you just take and weed your design out. So I'm just pulling up the vinyl and I hold it really close to the backing and I'm just rolling it off there. And it looks like my A is not wanting to stick, so I'm just going to use a little tool to make sure that it does. I'm going to work in this opposite direction just so the center of this other C will come out. So this is how it looks on the backing paper. And I need to go in and weed out this little piece in the center of the two intertwined C's and then the little triangle in the A. And I'm just using this hook tool. This is a weeding tool from Cricut. And you just poke it down onto, oops, I didn't want to take the A off. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to line that back up. Okay, so I've got it all back down. And then I'm gonna take a piece of clear vinyl transferring tape. This is also a product made by Cricut. And I'm gonna lay it down over the top. This little piece doesn't want to leave me. Of my logo, and I'm just going to go over it with this little hard plastic squeegee. This is also a Cricut tool. And then this will stick onto the back of the transfer tape. And then I can go in with a little pre-filled ornament. And some of these, the plastic ones have a seam on them. So I always make sure my seam is never in the front. And then I'm just going to eye up and center how I want this to sit on the ornament. So I've got it placed. And I'm just going to rub it down and burnish it with my finger. If we were on a flat surface, I'd go over it with this, but because it's a round surface and I really want to be able to manipulate it so that there aren't any bubbles in my vinyl on these curved C's, I'm just burnishing with my finger. I'm sure there are silhouette gurus out there and Cricut gurus that may have a better technique for this, but this is what works for me, and I've done a whole lot of vinyl. Okay, so I've got it all burnished down, and now I'm going to pull the transfer tape off. And voila, there's my logo on my ornament. I was going to give you a close-up of the other bottles. So this one has that same glitter paper that's no shed. This is a more high-end bling trim that I put on the silver. And like I said, I have lots of this because I use it in my paper crafting. And it's got the Chanel ribbon at the top. And then the black is also, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's a black glittered paper also. And then the trim for this is a flat back pearl mesh trim. So I hope you guys like this little DIY. I hope you can create some of these fun ornaments yourself if you're looking to do a designer-inspired tree. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for joining me today for this designer-inspired DIY Chanel Christmas tree. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and that something here has inspired you that you can take away and create your own. Thank you for all of the love and the wonderful comments you've left on the last couple videos. I love and appreciate all of you so much. and I can't wait to come back and share more with you. We need to get this area decorated next and out of its staged look. And so I think that will be our next video. So I hope you guys will come back and join me again soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.